In a marketplace where everybody's crying and singing the blues, the man behind me takes 4 listings last week. 4 listings last week. He's not involved in the market. What he's involved in is working smart, working hard, being diligent, being enthusiastic, understanding that this market isn't going to change and now he's going to adapt to this marketplace. He's an ultimate prospector. He's ultimate in his knowledge and thirst for lead generation. And I think you have something great to hear from this gentleman, Mr. Elgin Walker.
Thanks, everybody. And first thing I'd like to say is this, well, good afternoon. Are we the afternoon yet? Close enough? Right? Okay. All these notes, I've got all this to say. And when I started doing that, I decided, you know what, that was too much. So I condensed the presentation down to this. We're going to discuss a couple of elements here. One, we're going to talk about personal contact and your database. We're also going to talk about social media, different types of ways that hopefully you're using social media, and the internet. Now, I will tell you, everything that we're trying to talk about, and the first 2 things we spoke here, don't mean anything if you don't do the last thing that we're going to spend and tie into everything that we do. That's to follow up, and continue to follow up. Because trust me, if you do not follow up, the first 2 things we're talking about, they mean nothing. You want to get in front of people at least 8 times in 8 weeks. And you know why? How many times have you walked up and met someone and you walked away 5-10 minutes later and you couldn't even remember their name? Now just think about it. You couldn't remember their name and they're quote unquote possibly your lead. Why do you think they remember you? So what's the first thing that you should do? In my opinion, I should say the first thing that I do.
Thank you.
The first thing that I do is, that's what I do, is a thank you note. How about adding a $5 Starbucks card? How about adding a $2 or $3 Jamba Juice card? I'm not talking about spending a lot of money. Anything I talk about today, by the way, is going to be low cost to free. What's the next thing you do? You send them a personal note. I'll tell you what I do. Now this is going to sound like really crazy, but after I send them a personal note, you know what I do? I call them. I mean, you got to call? Yeah, no, call them. I mean, I actually pick up the phone and I call them. How many of you guys effectively are using your YouTube channel in your marketing? What's the key to social media? The key to social media is the same thing as working your database, the same thing as working anything else, is consistency. But let me tell you the real key is social media. The real key to social media is to take your online friends, prospects, and turn them into offline connections. I'm assuming if you were to go buy a widescreen TV right now, and you knew you wanted to buy the widescreen TV from Best Buy, do you generally go into Best Buy first, or do you at least check it out online and check Best Buy out online first? Online. You check it out online. You may not buy it online, but you look at it and you research it online. Do you think right now that they go and they research you? They might not tell you. They may not register. They may not log in, but they look at you. So I would just say this to all of my realtor friends. When you're on Facebook and you're trying to develop that professional attire, that professional relationship, and they click on your photos and they see you in the drunk pose at the realtor party, and you've been in the house and you tell them that you got these great Christian values and I'm this, that, and the other. They click on Facebook and you're in the hot tub with 3 girls and your relationship says it's complicated. I'm just saying. You might understand, it might want to work, that everything you're doing, they're watching. They're watching. How many people are you losing that you never met? A couple things that I always like to say, and number one is, it really is a good life. And life is precious. It's precious to all of us. Please try to keep in forefront the things that are most important to you. And remember that no matter what you're going through right now, it's just a temporary condition. And it truly is a great life. God bless everybody and thank you for your time.